Kyron, my friend, I've been looking for you.
Did something happen?
Yes, Fyodor has been kidnapped.
By whom?
Well, what do you think? The guard, of course. Reason enough for me to warn my dear neighbours, so be careful, my friend. You could be the next person the sergeant takes an interest in.
You mean an act of revenge?
Possibly. Fergalosh can be very unreasonable.
Why did the guard kidnap Fyodor?
It seems Fergalosh just can't get over our getting Fyodor to join us.
Getting him to join us? That's one way to put it, anyway.
I treated him as a guest, and we had some very informative discussions.
So?
Fyodor has very interesting views on the freedom of the individual. You could almost say we're soulmates. Sergeant Fergalosh, on the other hand, arrested him. He'd be happiest to see him under the grass.
Under the grass? You mean where the dwarves normally live?
Yeah, I guess you could see it that way, too.
Have you heard about the desecration of the Prios temple?
Oh, yes. They say you put up a good fight.
A necromancer in the Prios temple, invocations of Blackaraz, demon of vengeance, and a simultaneous increase in undead. That just doesn't fit together at all.
I'm sure that Fergalosh had something to do with it.
Why would the guard desecrate the temple?
The Rondrians cannot ignore the fact that the temple was desecrated, and the one who brings them the offender is sure to receive a reward.
Such as?
Sooner or later there will be offices to be filled. If I were Fergalosh, I would use every chance I could get to better my position against my opponent.
Especially when that opponent is named Perel, right?
You've got it, my friend.
I have to go, Perel. My sister needs me.
Take care of yourself.
I'm glad to be in here. I hear people in the West Town are rotting alive.
Yeah, but those bastards took everything from the armory they could get their grubby fingers on.
And you want to say they didn't give you any of it? You'd have starved long since.
Interested in a couple of assignments? Very good. Tell me when you're done.
Warunkians, keep your city clean. Whoever kills a dozen undead rats and delivers them to the temple shall receive an entire bowl of good soup. Be noted, a good character witness for the deeds must be named, whom the Dion shall seriously question in case of doubt.
I'm glad to be in here. I hear people in the West Town are rotting alive.
My daughter's nothing but skin and bones. What kind of demons run amok down there? He's young and has strong arms. In the Middle Lands, he would still have a life ahead of him.
Now my brother's in jail, just because the bloody guards wanted to have someone guilty to show.
He's still young and has strong arms. In the Middle Lands, he would still have a life ahead of him.
cartels listening.
People
Finally,
of
a
Warham,
few of those bastards from the
be
guard are dangling
reminded
in the
that
wind
every
eye,
death
they
must be reported to the
slowly.
Metropolitan, and each body delivered unto the Diots. Anyone who refuses to
Yeah, but those
comply
bastards took everything from the armory they could get their grubby fingers on.
And you want to say they didn't give you any of it? You'd have starved long
and
since.
were able to do without one of their ears. Hear ye well. The days of the dragon are over. Mistress Rondra, be praised.
I wouldn't wander around here like that if I were you, but it's your life.
If it isn't a struggling lad.
Piss off, and no stupid looks.
Come on, you get me and my sister together. She's already cold, though.
Better to keep your head down. Here, you can have a knife across your throat faster than you can say for feck's sake. You should put your money pouch in your shirt. No need to make it easy for the cartel.
You won't believe what I accidentally found.
What are you looking for round here? Punch in the head?
Looking for a little fun.
You should put your money pouch in your shirt. No need to make it easy for the cartel.
How may I be of service?
Interested in a couple of assignments?
All done?
Great.
Here is your reward. 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 Ah, my favorite customer.
Welcome.
The Metropolitan has decreed, whosoever pacts or communicates with demons shall burn. Whoever wears their symbols or speaks their language will lose their sight. Whoever protects their servants or their works, or conceals such from the Dions, shall be hanged by the neck until dead, dead, dead. Blessed be Rondra, divine lioness.
Back again? So tell me, how many monsters have you killed with my steering so far?
Those bastards took everything from the armory they could get their grubby fingers on.
And you want to say they didn't give you any of it? You'd have starved long since.
You hit her.
My wife will be silent when I demand it.
That's enough!
Chiron, drop it.
That's right, my love. It would be a shame if my dear brother-in-law were forced to watch our wedding from the scaffold.
Man to man, Chiron will chop you into bloody little pieces.
It will be my pleasure. When the time is ripe. Men, march!
Didn't you defend yourself?
It's not as bad as it looks. His mother jumped in between us before it got ugly.
What did you do in the temple?
Wedding preparations in the temple, and some kind of test on me.
On you?
Chiron, there are more important things at the moment. Please listen to me. Fulks' mother seems to like me. A lot. I was able to ask her a great many questions, and she talked like a disciple of Nandus. Fulks struck me to stop me from asking questions. She already knows much too much, he said. And he was right.
This test, it had something to do with our magic powers?
Fulks' mother knows something about them, I'm sure. My gift was the reason for the test. When our blood mingled, it seemed to have awoken something.
Well, this just can't be true. Father warns us for years not to mix our blood, but never tells us why. Then some masked elf comes along, and all of a sudden you somehow have to marry the man who pretends to be her son. And when our blood accidentally does mix, awakening some sort of magical powers in us, then guess which same elf has an answer?
An answer she hasn't given me. Just a lot of solemn talk about the power of blood and pain. And that right after Fulk beat me bloody. Very appropriate.
I'm gonna talk to Father. He has to stop lying to us.
As long as you don't beat him to a pulp too.
What did Fulk's mother check you for?
I think it was some kind of magic test. She wasn't much interested in my virginity at any rate.
Not much?
In the end, she said it had already begun.
And then?
Nothing more. She just smiled and talked quite excitedly about the wedding. And about freedom, power, and ecstasy. Fulk stood next to her drooling. It was disgusting.
That woman is really strange. Did you see her pointy ears?
I don't think that she's his mother, rather something like his master. And right now she's none too happy with her student. She called him a failure.
Because it's unworthy of a Rondrian to lose patience?
No, he must have made some mistake first. I'm not sure, but it sounded as if he endangered some kind of cover-up. After he hit me, she hissed at him. "Fool! Now it has begun anyway," she said.
Maybe it has something to do with the refugee camp, the necromancer's escape, or the fact that I defeated him.
Or our magic gifts. I don't know.
Calandra, let's get out of here. Father has his citizenship, so he'll be fine. There is no reason to marry that pig anymore.
There are 3 reasons why I should stay here and pretend like I'm actually going to marry Fulk. Firstly, that necromancer is still running around free. He killed off half the refugee camp, and, if I understood you properly earlier, all the signs point to my groom. Secondly, Fulk's mother is the only one who can tell us anything about these strange magical gifts. I just can't believe that Father would break his silence after all these years.
And thirdly?
Thirdly, I know now that you love me, more than a man loves his sister. Even if these people kidnapped me and locked me up somewhere in the mountains, I know you would come to my rescue. So we need not fear.
I won't stand around here and wait until the wedding begins. I want to kill that invocator.
Wait, I found out something else that might help you. Fulks' mother talked a lot about the god Nandus' sons, Demon Master Borberad and Rohal the Wise.
Heresy in the old Rondra temple? Unbelievable to think that the Rondrians would tolerate such a thing.
Except for Fulk, there weren't any of them in the area when she talked about it. She mentioned a council of the dead, Borberad's Council of the Dead. It's supposed to be here in Moloch Mountain.
Father once spoke of it. We were very young, he had been drinking and was cursing the Borberadians. Upon his return from the grave, the demon master summoned the souls of the greatest scholars from Boron's underworld. He banished them into 3 troll skulls, which had to answer all of Borberad's questions. Whenever they refused, they were plunged into terrible agonies.
I remember. Father said that the skulls only answer Borberad himself, him or his official successor.
Borberad appointed a successor?
If he wanted to ensure that his church would continue to exist after his death, he would have to.
Maybe there isn't an official successor. Then the skulls would have to answer everyone.
Or no one. It would be worth a try. If I understood Fultz's mother correctly, the Council of the Dead is somewhere in Moloch Mountain. This could be our chance. If the Council of the Dead knows the answer to everything, you could ask it anything. About the undead, the necromancer, maybe the Council even knows what other lies our father told us.
Even if this council really exists, the ghosts are scholars, not clairvoyant. How are they supposed to know about us?
Do you have a better idea as to who could help us? Father lies. Fulk lashes out at those around him, and his mother certainly isn't going to tell me anything more.
I've just met a very sage magus.
And where is your all-knowing magus?
In a deep dungeon, surrounded by enemies.
Then it's certainly wiser to get our hands on this great magus than to explore a demigod's deepest secrets.
You know, maybe I'll just do that.
Go ahead. Your decision. But it would be just plain stupid.
So, just plain stupid.
Let's say, a little stubborn?
Talk to Borberad's Council of the Dead and expect an answer. I mean, that just sounds too out of this world.
But it's so nice that you're doing it anyway. Good luck, my hero.
Now my brother's in jail. It's because the bloody guards wanted to have someone guilty to shoot. Yesterday, the cartel went out to the